Yeah, this one was good. I think I'm not connected to PlayStation Network. I think what I kind of liked about this one a bit more than Little Hope is that, I mean, obviously I won't necessarily spoil like Little Hope, but Little Hope kind of has one ending. It's like once you get to the ending, it's kind of like, okay, this is definitively like this is the story. But with this one, I guess it's kind of the same, you know? I mean, like, I guess what I'm kind of curious about is what the game might look like if you have more people alive, right? Because I don't know. That kind of reminds me of Until Dawn. Like Until Dawn is like that, where this is old enough that I can I can spoil this one, but it's very similar to what happened with Jason at the end with Until Dawn, in that the more people that survive, the more people that are kind of questioned by, I guess, like the local authorities. So, but if no one survives, well, I guess the more people that survive, the more people are questioned by the authorities. But if certain people are not alive, then they're referenced by other people's kind of testimonies of what happened, up in Canada, at the cabin and stuff like that. And Little Hope obviously didn't have that. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Man of Medan had that either. So this is kind of, as far as I know, this harkens back to that style in Until Dawn, where depending on who survives, does it kind of change the ending slightly? Like ultimately, the monsters probably get burned by the sun either way, vampires. But I think that people being able to kind of speak for what happened to them down there is kind of cool. But it also makes me wonder, like, if their stories will be a lot like Jason's, where they'll just be questioned about, like, why'd you do this, why'd you do that, and no one's believed because it's just such a far-fetched story. I don't necessarily think that I'm gonna play this again on stream, or if I do, it'll be like a ways down the way. Like maybe, I don't know if I'll do this. It's gonna be a bold thing to claim, but it'd be neat, since I know The Devil in Me is the season 1 finale. And all that really means, I think, is that Supermassive is probably going to take a break from making these games, and that, like, maybe they'll be a year off, and then they'll kind of debut season 2, like, in 2024, right? Because The Devil in Me is supposed to come out this year, which is 22, so maybe they'll take 23 off, and then in 24, maybe they'll come back with more of these games, and or maybe even they'll take even a longer break. I think it'd be cool if they took a longer break, and then, like, really up, like, the production value of these games. But that aside, I would say what I might do is, the next time I play this, I might do a Dark Pictures anthology, like marathon, where I start at, I was gonna say I start with Until Dawn, but that one's still clear enough in my head, even though I played it 2 years ago. It's clear enough in my head, and I know so much about it that I think that, I don't know, I think that'd be kind of boring to play again. But I've never played Man of Medan, even though I know more or less what happens. So I think what I'm going to do is, The Devil in Me comes out this year, so I'm going to play that one. But leading up to that, which is, I guess, October, I'm going to probably go through Man of Medan. I don't know if I'll go through Little Hope again. I might go through Little Hope again, maybe. I feel like I know that one inside and out. I don't know. I'll mull it over. I'll think about it, because I can't do Until Dawn because I know it too well, and I feel like Little Hope would just be like a waste of time, just because it really has its one ending, and that's kind of it. Like, it doesn't, I don't even think the choices really matter in that game. Like, when I think back to it, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but given how that game ultimately concludes, everything that you do as far as the choices you make, they don't really, I don't think they really matter. That's like this isn't a criticism of the game, but of these games, that's the only one where, like, it's so very linear when you think about it. And I don't necessarily, what's kind of a fascinating experience about Little Hope is that you don't think it's linear until you finish it. So I guess I'm spoiling that. And then once you finish it and everything's over and done with, then you can kind of reflect on it like I'm doing now, and kind of saying, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, it is quite linear. I don't know if Man of Medan's entirely like that, but both Man of Medan and this game, I think, are a bit more defined by the choices that you make more so than how it ends. So like this game as an example, I'm more interested in playing it again to make different choices than I would be to get like a different ending or something. You know, I'm more interested in the different choices and where that leads in the story and what people say than just like, I guess that I want to say the prospect of making different choices is like outweighs the fact that the ending is the same either way. And Little Hope is not the case like that. Like, I'm trying to think. I'll think about it off stream. But yeah, I don't think the choices really matter in Little Hope. And Man of Medan will be fresh enough because even though I ultimately know how Man of Medan ends, and I really know what the twist is in Man of Medan, I feel like that game will probably be more about what choices I make, not necessarily, you know, what the ending is. It'll be very similar to this one. And if I line the games up, I mean, they take these games. I'm not gonna take off any days from work or anything, but I think these games take about, at like a brisk pace, will take about 3 days to finish one of them. Like, this is the third day I'm playing this, so I'd say it takes about 3 days to finish one. So yeah, I might do Man of Medan like a week and a half, I would say, before Devil in Me releases. Maybe 2 weeks before, and then there'll be like a lull in there. I'll come back to this game, play this game again on stream, and then again, if I time it right, it'll be like maybe 2 or 3 days before Devil in Me releases. I'll have this game done, and then I'll come back and then just jump right into that one. I think that'll be cool. But yeah, this was a good game. I was very whelmed on day one. I may also think about while I'm off stream how much I want to kind of do. I've been doing this thing for years now, where I play a game for like an hour. Like I did this with Elden Ring too. Is I'll say like first hour or first 2 hours, and that's what I do. I'm just like, I'm gonna play the first 2 hours on stream, or first hour, and then I'll, you know, cut off the stream and kind of reflect on the day, and then be like, okay, and then next time I'll play for like 3 or 4 hours or whatever the case is. But I don't know. I think at least in this game's case, I'm going to think about it. But in this game's case, it was kind of detrimental to do that because I was kind of tired when I started playing it. I feel like a lot of the beginning was slow, but at the same time, I think there was more of a me issue with like me playing it late and also just not being like that invested in it right at the beginning. So I don't know what I really could have done to address that, but I don't know. I have to think about this idea of being like, I'm only going to play for an hour or two. I think what made that tricky for a game like this is that I want to play it at night, and my volume's turned up, and obviously it's not that scary. So I think for other games I might play, I can probably start earlier in the day, you know, like a 4 or 5 p.m., play for like 2 or 3 hours, you know, and get some solid time in. But I'll think about it. Other than that, this is cool. I liked it. I'm not going to do any sort of like official review of like giving it a score or something. I enjoyed playing it. It was fun. I was kind of, you know, not that impressed day one, but I think it finished strong, and I think that the gameplay was really good, and the graphics were great. Even though people's personalities kind of flip-flopped a lot. Not even just with what I chose, but just like even in the dialogue that they kind of had, you know, preset for them. So, and today is Friday, so I don't know if I will stream anything tomorrow. And then I'll put the call out there as well, like if anybody has any games that they would like to see me play, or maybe not even see me play, but if they're like, hey, this game's good, this game's interesting, and it's not Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, send it my way. I'm always looking to play different stuff. So, and with that, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching though. Peace.